Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Geeking Out podcast. I am uh, uh, a very rundown and hoarse athletic geek from all the wrestling I've been attending in person. Kind of not gonna date this too much, but I'm seeing a lot of really good shows. But we're doing something a little different this week. We will be back to myself, Nick, and Easy watching our first ever wrestling pay-per-views. That project will still happen. It's just kind of three people with jobs, hard to get on the same page. But Easy and myself were both available on this night, and we kind of thought, what's something that he's never seen before, and maybe we could check out and get some fresh eyes on something. And I thought, well, Easy's never seen a lot of WCW, so we're gonna start him off at the beginning of WCW's prominent rise with the very first episode of Monday Nitro. This is historical for the wrestling business, and yeah, Easy. What do you think about this?
Your first episode takes place in a mall, really? Okay, jokes aside, I know. I've seen the Monday Night War documentary, which I that is just a great DVD, honestly. But
A little
I mean, I'm
biased, but yes.
yeah, I'm a little bit excited for the best I know is I know that I believe it was Lex Luthor that literally showed up and everyone was like, "Wait, what the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah, Luger did, but we'll get to that
Yeah,
more as it
yeah.
progresses. But
When it happens, yeah.
I can just warn you right now, this is a TV show, so
I know.
some of the matches here, the matches we see, there would be better ones with these people wrestling, especially the opening match. But it's also we just won't we'll
I'm
talk more
not like
about it.
walking in with like obvious major expectations, like you got to
Right.
do this, you got to do this. So, well, it's WCW, and we kind of know what happened to them in 2001, so it's
Yeah,
the
this is
same
when they
thing.
were hot, and this is when they were still had some momentum going. But yeah,
Mhm.
there's just a couple matches here to start off Nitro. They they weren't the competitors involved best matches with one another, but that'll be another watch along for another time. So if you would like to watch along with Easy and I, go to Peacock, go to the WWE portion, go to Nitro. This is season 1, episode 1. Right now, Easy and I are currently looking at a blank screen.
Yeah.
I am turning down my TV so that way I do not get flagged for copyright infringement. And you can
If you're
press.
watching from outside of the United States, get a VPN.
Actually, if you're watching from outside the United States, you got WWE Network, and that's good.
Oh,
Good,
true, true, true,
good,
true.
good for you. That's so much better. But go
Uh,
ahead and
um,
press play now.
all right, let's go.
Now,
What?
don't skip the intro. We're gonna watch this
I'm not.
intro.
I'm not skipping the
I'm
intro.
telling everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Badass intro. I like this intro. Yeah,
You know, if Monday, honestly, I think Raw should do one night where they're called Monday Nitro. Just you want to have like an old school Raw, do an old school Nitro.
then Vince would have to admit that WCW is good, and he'll never do that.
Holy crow! Oh my god!
Yeah. So you know you
Yeah.
had your
Such a Steve McMichael. I've never heard of him.
he's a former All Pro with the Bears. He was on the Super Bowl Shuffling Bears, and he
Uh,
retired from
you
football
mean
and
you
got into
mean the
this.
one hit wonder Chicago Bears that will never shut up about 1985? Those Bears?
It was a good team though, but he was on that team. He won the Super Bowl with that team. And we got
Hey,
Heenan.
that's Heathen.
Yeah.
Oh. Ha ha ha. He's got to rejoin us there, of course.
um,
So,
but
how
he,
much were tickets for this event, or was it free?
I'm not sure. I do know that from listening to Eric Bischoff's podcast, he said he was looking for different. He wanted a different look than Raw, and he thought this would kind of give it a different sort of atmosphere.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
but yeah, I don't. I'd like to. I think that they probably charged. I don't think they'd give this
mm.
one away.
I wonder how many times people literally just went up the escalator just to see a good view and then just went back down. Hey,
Yep.
holy Liger!
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, this part I did not know.
Yep.
Holy shit.
This was
So I'll take it this
I
was probably like 2,000 people that showed up for this. Trying to get
uh
like maybe less.
so this was spontaneous sort of thing, so I don't have my crack
Mm,
research done, but
mm,
you know,
mm.
I could have listened to Bischoff's podcast and probably got a little bit more out of that. But yep, first match is
Brian Pillman versus Thunder Liger.
yep,
Okay, I'm
yep,
intrigued already. Flying Brian. Oh, sure, right.
yeah.
It's not
He's
Brian Pillman yet. It's Flying
well, he's
Brian.
always he's flying Brian Pillman.
Oh, okay, fine.
Um, but look at how much like when you see Pillman like this, you see how much his son looks like his dad.
Oh, yeah. So what the
Um,
heck was that gigantic mascot that was in the background when the entrance
that was
they were
Wildcat
coming in?
Willie. That was Wildcat Willie, and it would throw shirts to the crowd like during commercial breaks and stuff. Get it? What?
Good.
Get it? Wildcat Willie, WCW.
I got it. I got it. Dear AEW, if you're listening to this, please don't get a mascot.
No, yeah, they do need a.
No, no.
I'm thinking it needs to be like the All Elite Walrus.
Or have like a legitimate dinosaur named Dino Might.
Yeah, see, there you go. That'd be a good one.
God
But
damn it, no.
I know Bischoff. The one part I do remember is Bischoff talked about how he wanted a. You didn't really see outside of a few names in the WWF at the time. You didn't see a lot of wrestlers wrestling like this. So he really wanted to uh, show off the different sort of talent that you can see in WCW
So I was gonna say,
by
so what do you mean like wrestling like
you
this?
didn't really the WWF was still very much a big man promotion. Like I mean you had your smaller guys that could go like Sean, Brett, Owen, uh, people like that, but they didn't really have a lot of what we know now as cruiserweight style wrestling like WCW
Okay.
had at the time, and this was kind of the epitome of that in the United States.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah, so he wanted to showcase that because it's like, hey, you usually don't see this sort of thing on Raw. And also, fun fact for those who didn't know, Raw was preempted this night, so the first episode of Nitro went unopposed. Yep.
So for someone that calls themselves the longest episodic weekly television program, that's a bit of a lie.
I mean, it's still ran longer than most other episodes of other TV shows.
True.
Like it's got more episodes than Simpsons and Gunsmoke.
True.
But
No. Oh, mama.
yep,
I am so happy I saw this guy G1.
yeah,
I'm pissed that he lost,
I'm
but so
pissed.
happy.
I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed that that's the best they came up for him at G1 was a battle royal on the pre-show. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. But but
Hey, at least night. Oh my god.
he had a better match at the WrestleCon show that I've
It,
done a watch
the
along on this
Naito
channel
Ibushi
for.
match is still Naito Ibushi match is still match of the year, which you did a watch along for that, didn't you?
No, I did the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Super Show that Liger was on.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Um,
No, I remember now. It it was either the New Japan or the Ring of Honor YouTube channel that said, "Hey, we're going to be broadcasting this live on YouTube." So
Yeah. That's another debate for another day. But yeah, Brian Pillman.
is there
This was
there's
kind of.
seriously a USA chant going on? Really?
I mean,
I just heard a USA chant. Like, really?
well, Pillman's American and
True.
the Liger's
True, you are
Japanese.
at the mall, America.
You are the all of them. Yes, exactly. Um,
Well, it's like when we had what it was Benoit and somebody else fighting like Quebecois or something, and you hear like a USA chant. It was like, okay, firstly, none of the people that are fighting right now are. Now I remember it was Edge Benoit against La Quebecois, I think, and there was like a USA chant going on. It's like, okay, first off, none of the wrestlers that are fighting are in the States. I'm just letting you guys know. One might be living in the U.S., but that does not signify he is 100% American. Whereas, unlike me, where I'm dual citizen, where it's like, well,
right.
I may be an American citizen dually, but I will still say I'm 100% Canadian. I
Fair.
just wanted to
Fair.
make sure I live here legally.
Right. Um, but no. The thing, just a little tidbit on Pillman. This was kind of the.
Whoa, there
I
we
know
go.
Pillman was ahead of his time. If you everybody, if you haven't seen Brian Pillman in his prime, you owe it to yourself to watch his work. You want to talk about like a true innovator. Brian Pillman was. Um, for everything that Liger was kind of doing for the junior heavyweights in Japan, Pillman was in the United States. Um, I do remember they brought Liger to they had a show before he retired, and they booked Pillman Jr. on the same show just so Liger could meet Brian's son. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Pillman. This was also a little foreshadowing though. We're seeing the tail end of his Flying Brian character, and it's not long after this show that we're gonna see Brian Pillman transition into the loose cannon character, which was really fixing to be innovative, but unfortunately, a bad injury would destroy his career and unfortunately lead to
Yeah,
him being one of the a tragedy in pro wrestling. But everything before this
he
was
passed away from
amazing.
an overdose, wasn't it?
Somehow his heart, from what I mean, I've heard so many different
Oh,
things. And my DVR didn't
okay.
record the
So
second
the
part of the
internet
Dark
is.
Side of the Ring.
Well, they upload all their episodes on YouTube,
Do they?
if I'm not mistaken.
Do they or do other people?
No, literally, I believe Vice actually
Okay.
uploads Dark Side of the Ring episodes.
Oh, yep.
Uh,
There's the end. So
hey,
it was a good
yeah,
match.
Vice uploads all their episodes.
Okay. Well, I'll
Like,
have
there's
to.
one that's about the mysterious death of Gino Hernandez.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. But yeah, this was. So was this your first time seeing Pillman?
Yeah. I think I've seen like highlights of him before, but I guess maybe full match quality. This would probably be the first.
Right.
Good sportsmanship between
Yep.
those two.
And they're still technically both
Hmm.
kind of
Okay, so
faces.
I'm actually wrong. So there are episodes that I guess you do have to buy
Gotcha.
if you're watching on YouTube. That's oh well.
But yeah, this was a good match, but it's like this is kind of like one of those. If you thought this was good, then go back and see some of the stuff they did on pay per view and before this. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
okay, you're seeing this with fresh eyes. If you would have been a wrestling fan seeing WCW for the first time in '95, would you think, "Hey, this is good," or would you be going, "Nah, I'm good"?
This looks not bad. Like I'd give it a chance.
Right.
Sting. Where got the Now, if I was like a WWE, or I guess back then WWF, watching this for the first time, and then I saw Stinger out, it's like, wait, is that Warrior?
Okay. I mean, they were a tag team at one point,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what you're
Well, I
saying.
guess it would depend on like if I'm like little kid me, be like, oh my god, this is awesome. If I'm teenager me, be like, yeah, this is awesome. And adult me would be like, wait, WWE from somewhere?
Right. Hey, there's a kids RS in there.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. Tell me he's not promoting it.
What do you mean it's?
His crappy food.
Yep, his pasta. You're right. This is a pasta made restaurant, and he's autographing posters of his album that he had out, his CD called Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Traveling Band. Yeah, yeah,
Oh fuck.
yeah, yep.
Pasta mania.
Pasta Mania.
Oh god.
And he says
I'm sorry, but like
he's ate so many Hulkaroos and Hulk U's, which I guess are menu items, that he feels sorry for Big Bubba, who he's going to be wrestling later on in the night. So, like, why does he feel sorry for Big Bubba? Is he going to, like, fart on him or something, or what? Is he going to throw up on him? Like, what? Why would you feel sorry for your opponent because you ate a bunch of pasta from your own restaurant?
okay, so I was looking up what happened to Brian Pillman. So apparently he did die from a heart attack,
Yeah.
and then the next Monday Night Raw, they paid tribute to Brian Pillman, and then Vince McMahon interviewing Melanie. It's like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that was bad. But unfortunately, not. Melanie's fell off the deep end pretty bad, and was falling off the deep end pretty bad. Watch Dark Side of the Ring, you
just,
guys. Just watch it.
he just
But
he
yeah,
just said pasta maniacs, didn't he?
Pastamaniacs. Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but for somebody like Hulk Hogan, like there's a certain thing that he's supposed to symbolize, the real American, all American, amazing wrestler. Basically, at the time, the face of wrestling. And you think pasta is like, I know you're trying to promote healthy living and all that, but pasta? Really?
I mean,
And if I'm
but
trying to think, like, I want something that's real all American, like, pasta is not the number one thing that's going to come to mind. It's either going to be burgers, hot dogs, or pizza. But, like, honestly, if Hogan had, like, his own burger franchise, and it was called, like Burger Mania or something like that, or some crap like that again, that is something that I think would sell like hotcakes. Like,
I don't
especially if
think
you
it.
would associate.
I think at this point in time, people were honestly at this point
Or
in time, people were over Hulk Hogan. I don't think anybody was
or
buying
or like
anything
what
Hogan was selling at this point.
or like what Slim Jims were associating to the Macho Man. When you think Slim Jims, you immediately think Randy Savage.
Yeah,
When it comes to pasta, I don't think Hulk Hogan. I just think amazing, authentic Italian foods.
and I can
But
assure you,
again, if
I wish
they
Flair was my dad. No, you don't, sir. No, you don't. That was a sign in the crowd. But yeah,
I
I
saw
wish Flair was my dad.
a man
Um,
called Sting.
the man called Sting.
Oh God, it's that weird theme song where it's like,
He's a
yep,
man
it is,
called
it is,
Sting.
yeah. No, it's like
He's a
I've listened
man
to like
called Sting.
I remember like I was watching. Well, again, one
And
of my
here's
favorite
the
videos.
moment.
Oh, who's this guy? I've never seen this man before.
So,
Is he even
so real.
employed?
Yeah, that was kind of that was the thing that was kind of interesting. Like, was Bischoff was saying take the camera off of him to really kind of give it more of a realistic sort of feeling. Like
Okay.
he
See, I
doesn't.
like the added feeling of realism for this, where it's like obviously they set this up, but still, like you see Luger, like, whoa, what the hell is he
And
doing
Luger
here?
was just like a few days before this was just wrestling for WWF. He was working without a contract. He was just getting paid
So,
by appearance, and
what
they
did
were
they have like the no compete clause then, or
no,
was it just?
no, they didn't really have any. He was just working
Mm.
without a contract, and they're like, "Hey, we'll negotiate. Keep paying me, I'll show up, and you got my word, I'll show up. While we negotiate a long-term deal, but just pay me per appearance." And Vince went, "Okay," and then Lex did this. So, I mean, when we hearing that story, like as much as we complain about no compete clauses in some of the shady stuff that Vince does to this day. Gotta remember, Vince kind of got fucked.
Oh,
Vince,
Stinger.
yeah, Vince kind of got screwed a couple times, so that's probably why he's doing. He is the way he is.
And well, now to this day, he's kind of getting screwed over again, or
Yeah.
he's just screwing over others.
But I think no compete clauses and stuff like that is probably a direct result of things like what Lex Luger, maybe direct or indirect result of what Lex just did for him on that.
Now, if we're also going to go for first times and all that, this is the first time I'm seeing Sting with his original paint before he went all Mystic.
Right.
So,
Okay, so what do you
yeah,
prefer? So
to
which
me,
one? So
like,
which one do you prefer then? As somebody who,
I prefer today's Sting.
okay,
Like, for this, it just looks like he's trying to rip off the Ultimate Warrior. Unless, if I'm not mistaken, those two were a tag team for a while.
they
It just
were
looks like he's trying to. Okay,
they both kind of went in their own direction with the face paint
yeah. Well,
after.
again, if this was
But
my first
they were never a
knowledge,
tag team in WCW or WWF or anything. They were
but again, if this was my first knowledge about what WCW, I've seen this for the first time, I would have been like, hey, is that guy supposed to be Ultimate Warrior or something?
right.
So, I
Sting
do
was
like the new attitude that Sting gave with the white face paint and the baseball bat and
right.
scaring the living shit out of the NWO, which that is amazing.
Yeah. But I think part of the reason that ended up being so amazing was because he looked like this to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've seen like how amazing he looks when I was watching TNA weekly on Thursday nights before they kind of messed that up a little bit. Uh, and honestly, because
I believe.
and I know I'm getting
Now,
off
have you?
topic here.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna ask you. I saw Sting came out with the U.S. title, and I saw the referee take it and hold it up, but I haven't heard the commentators explicitly say that the United States Championship is on the line in this match. But it might
I
be.
don't even know if the title is even on the line. I don't even know. I just did read that Hogan has. I
Hogan's
don't know if he
defending
was
the world
defending the
title in
title.
the main event, but yeah,
Yeah, against Big Bubba or something like.
Big
Really?
Bubba. Big Bubba is the big boss man, but that was his name when he was not the big boss man. He actually started out as Big Bubba. He
Okay,
started out as
okay,
Big Bubba. He was Big Bubba before he was Big Boss Man. Then he went back to WCW to be Big Bubba, and then he went back to the
okay.
WWF to be the Big Boss Man again. So
Mm.
it's just kind of
So is Flair just kind of like going overboard with getting hit? I'm guessing.
that's just how Flair sells.
Mm-hmm. That's not
That,
bad.
that's just what
I'm not bashing on it. It's like I know what he's trying to go for because it's freaking Flair.
yeah it's
I
yeah
do like it's the battle between the woo and the wow.
it's
Uh,
arguably WCW's greatest rival. Fun fact. This is the only. This match was on both the first and the last Nitro.
Makes sense.
Uh, and this is where a commercial break would
Now
be.
why WWF didn't have the guts to sign Sting?
He never
That's
won.
beyond me.
He never wanted
Oh,
to
he never
go.
wanted to.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep. He wasn't a fair. He didn't think he would be used right after the invasion. He was pretty loyal to WCW. Honestly, he was their man, and he
Actually, I do like that he did go to Impact because that was where my first knowledge of Sting was, and I saw he looks like a badass.
well, I can appreciate he went to Impact, but I remember back in 2011 they were like they tried to sign Sting for a Undertaker.
Oh,
There's
well,
Arn.
hello.
Yep, there's one of the. Okay, sidebar. They are building up to the one and only Arn versus uh, Flair match on a pay per view in the coming weeks at Fall Brawl. There is some tension within the Horseman camp. When it's never really the Horseman at this point, it's just kind of Arn and Flair, and they have tension, so they're getting ready to have at the next pay per view. They're getting ready to have Flair versus Arn, which was another match that
How
we
does
might need to
he?
check out sometime.
I like that Flair hasn't even noticed that Arn's even here.
I think he has.
I don't know. I was like, I never saw him make eye contact yet.
but
Okay.
we end up.
You know, now honestly, I would love to know. Like, imagine if you're literally shopping at Mall of America, you are not a wrestling fan at all, or you don't have vast knowledge about it, and you see this while
I
you're shopping.
that's something that I don't because I didn't watch this as a kid, but I saw like the clips, and I'm like, you know, imagine myself as a kid like going, Mom, like walking around the mall and be like, like, oh hey, there's hi Sting, how you doing?
Or just like while Nitro is literally going on, you're literally trying to shop around, which if I'm not mistaken, it almost looks like the stores they just closed before the taping or something.
I mean, I still see a few stores in the background. I saw the Kids R Us, but like,
Uh,
yeah, there's probably there might still be some shopping going on, just probably not in this area.
yeah.
I don't know.
You know,
If it,
I'm
if
seeing
anybody
I'm
listening,
seeing people in the background that are shopping.
yeah, but say if anybody in like the comments section who's seen this has like gone to like a mall concert, a big mall concert, not like Robin Sparkles. I know our Canadian friend here might know all about Robin Sparkles, but uh, I kid.
I've never watched How I Met Your Mother, so don't
But
care.
but you get how. But
I've
apparently, yeah.
I've only watched one episode that my college ex not really forced me, but she wanted to show me it. It was the
That's
one where they're literally looking for the perfect cheeseburger,
a good episode.
and it's funny at first. I mean, I do love Regis Philbin, God rest his soul, and then he literally leaves a taping during Millionaire to find the perfect
I
cheeseburger. It's
like
like,
that,
oh
and I
my
like that he's
god.
like in the gym and he's like bench pressing like 500 pounds and stuff like that.
I
Very,
would not be surprised if Regis could have actually done that.
but oh yeah, but yeah, if anybody's gone to like a real like a
Yeah.
big mall concert or
The
anything, like let
simplest
me know
format.
like if there's still shopping that can go on or how that works or hell, hey, if you attended the first Nitro and you happen to be listening to this, let us know if you went to like go get yourself a new pair of shoes or something like after you got done with the wrestling here. Um, a new pair of shoes or an orange Julius. Just let me know. Um, but yeah. Oh, here's Arn.
Oh, they just call off the match? So was Arn, I'm guessing, the hero for this?
It was kind of like Arn was the one with the. So I'll just kind of spoil the story for you, even though we probably should watch the pay per view. But it was just kind of one of those. Ric Flair kind of was expecting a little bit more out of Arn Anderson. So yeah, Arn was kind of the de facto good guy because it was sort of like Arn didn't, or Rick wasn't really appreciating the help that Arn would normally give him. So they have a match. At the end of the match, Arn is kind of it goes bad. Um, with an attempt to reform the Horsemen, but then it ends up being all a ruse and like Flair alerts Sting. Flair tries to talk to his greatest rival, Sting.
Oh,
There's Scott Norton. Scott Norton, underrated guy right there. He
I was almost gonna say, is that the big boss man? It's like, oh nope,
no,
no,
that's
okay.
he is
Yeah.
one of only he is one of very few Americans to have held the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And there's Macho
Oh,
Man.
hello. That almost looks like he's about to join the NWO before they were even a thing. See, going back to the food thing, it was like, I think Slim Jim's immediately Macho
Oh
Man.
yeah, I don't think of
Hogan and Pasta
I
does
don't
not
I don't think
mix.
of pasta and Hulk Hogan.
No.
If it is Hulk
It
Hogan's
should
pasta,
have
it's probably not
been
very good.
it should have been either like he should have promoted burgers or barbecue.
Or I
Like,
don't
come
know.
on, something that really does speak American. Like, I'm not saying Italian food and pastas is not all American. Like, absolutely not. I'm just saying it's not the number one thing I think of when it comes to American food.
Yeah, I don't.
So, but
Um,
having said that, if I would love to know what the pasta manias tasted like.
I've heard it's just like
Prob
spaghetti. It's spaghettios essentially.
I was gonna say
And here's a video
Probably like
package for
the
Sabu coming to WCW for his brief run.
oh the suicidal
See,
homicidal
you
or
know
no
what?
his
I mean, I know like this package is like not, it doesn't hold up today as far as like the editing, but like this is
no the
something.
editing is so bad.
It
But I
was
know what they're
it
going
was it
for.
was
It's just
of the
the editing is
time.
so
It was
terrible.
kind of the time, but it was you
Mhm.
know why AEW doesn't do this for guys that don't get featured a whole hell of a lot on Dynamite. I don't like. They should really be doing that. This is my sidebar of like what we always rant on the show on the live streams. But yeah, like something like that happening
Geeking!
would be great. But back to the Flair and Arn storyline. They were so Arn goes bad during their singles match.
Okay.
And tries to reform the Horsemen, under Flair's nose, and then uh, Flair reaches out to Sting saying, "Hey, please help me. I need your help." And then they have a tag match where Flair turns back on Sting again, and yeah, there you go. Sting's kind of like John Cena as far as like always like having his friends turn on him, but uh,
Mhm.
or John Cena's like Sting, I guess I should say. But yeah, but that was the beginning of another of the this iteration of the Horsemen was Dirty Dick Slater. Dirty Dick. There was a wrestler
Ooh.
named Dirty Dick.
Oh. Fall Brawl War Games. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta love these mid '90s graphics there.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, I see
there looks
that
like people are
your
shopping.
Wildcat,
There's Wildcat
your
Willie. Yep,
Wildcat dude.
he's pumping everyone up, getting some high fives. Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
You know what? All right,
we
wait,
need
wait.
Alex the
Dream
Elite
match.
Walrus.
Okay, well after this promo. So who's this guy?
So that is Michael Wall Street or yeah, yeah
Well,
VK
the
VK or
editing is definitely terrible because
yep
I can still see them all.
yep. Uh, his name's VK Wall Street. He's Mike Rotundo, formerly IRS that just jumped ship from the WWF to
Oh.
WCW, and VK Wall Street. So they're not being so subtle with what that's a jab at. VK. The
I'm just trying to listen to this.
the IRS is going to be watching me real close.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, VK like
It
Vincent Kennedy.
it
Yeah,
looks like I got it.
yeah.
It kind of looks like he was ripping off the or not Macho Man. He was looking to rip off Ted DiBiase. It's like okay, what? Is he seriously fighting in a three-piece suit?
I think he takes the jacket off. But yeah.
I know, but it's like, okay then. Iowa loves WCW. We're in Minnesota, you stupid idiot.
Well, maybe they came from Iowa.
True. Oh, okay, another commercial.
Well,
I
final commercial,
know, for a
and
1 hour
then the
show,
big
yeah.
Hulk Hogan entrance for if you like that sort of thing. um,
I don't think I've ever heard Hulk Hogan's theme on WCW.
well, let's listen. It pro-
Okay, so it's obviously trying to sound like Real American,
yeah,
except it isn't. Like I
yeah.
can hear the dun 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 dun. Dun.
Ric Flair spelled wrong on that sign. They put a K on the end of it, but yeah, it was Jimmy Hart actually made the composed
Yeah,
his
it
WCW
literally
music. Yep,
it basically is Real American, except
it's called
different lyrics.
American Made. Yep,
Uh, Not bad.
it's. I mean, it's.
If there's people who still have like the old school like Hogan WCW like foam stuff, like I would love to see them.
But Real
But
talk,
no,
real talk.
WWE will
Actually,
never have a museum about anything because what the hell? You want a real Hall of Fame? Let's make one.
here's an interesting sidebar. We just saw Mike Rotundo, VK Wall Street. Um, the Real American was supposed to be Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham's theme in the WWF in the early '80s, but it ended up going to Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's original theme was what the theme he had for his cartoon series was.
What?
Yep.
What's going on now? What they all pause for?
And they're just pausing for the crowd.
Oh, I thought it was like the fire alarm just go off.
It looks like Bossman Bubba is not even like wearing wrestling boots. Like it looks like he's actually got like dress shoes on.
Oh, he's just yeah.
I mean, I can understand,
So
for
how was Hogan? How was Hogan able to keep his name despite leaving the WWF like years ago?
he was Hulk Hogan.
Or did
Well,
he just own the
yeah, he just owned
copyrights?
the rights to his name. Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. And I guess
yeah,
the same can go for Jimmy Hart.
yeah. Well, Jimmy Hart was Jimmy Hart before WWF.
Yeah.
Like he
Okay.
was Jimmy Hart in Memphis with Jerry Lawler. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because Hogan was. I know he had his first run with the WWF
Yeah.
with Vince Senior, and he
Mm-hmm.
left. He left Vince Senior's promotion because Vince Senior didn't want him to do the Rocky movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went and did the Rocky movie, and then he went to the AWA, and then the AWA and him had a falling out, and then he went to the WWF. Everything happened like it was, it did,
Yeah, like
and then he went
I
to
legit remember
WCW.
like grade 9 I actually did like an autobiography like a book report about like Hogan. And it was
Really,
from his two yeah, it was from his 2004 autobiography. Like this was I think just as I remember like the intro it was about like he was talking to Vince, I don't know, it was some little argument or something and then it was his entrance to WrestleMania 18 in Toronto. So I don't know.
I hate to
I
tell you
remember
this,
like
but
vaguely about it.
there was a lot of bullshit in Hulk Hogan's book. It's just
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan embellishing the
it
truth.
it
But
was his book that he wrote. So
yeah, I mean it is what it
yeah,
is.
I know that there's not.
You at least cited your source in your report. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this
Yeah,
was like way back in grade 9. Like I don't remember shit now. Yeah, but it was like when I was like getting back to my wrestling like mood to the WWE
right.
before my second falling with them and possibly right now my third falling out with WWE. That all depends on that good shit Vince wants.
Well, that's kind of been what we've been saying for the last few years, but um, yeah, like people are kind of yeah. There's a Hogan sucks sign right there in the front row.
I
So
see it.
yeah, there's
Hogan is a
wimp.
wimp.
Hogan is a wimp sign right there, front row, hard camera. Like that is just that should give you an idea on like how over the the crowd was with Hulk Hogan that time. Like they just like they were.
Hey, really? A 1, 2, 3, 4 count on the punches? Really?
It's a closed fist. And technically in wrestling rules, you're supposed to punch with an open fist.
Yeah, that even I know that. Like I faked wrestled my friend
Right.
before.
But yeah, it's just like I think that's like the why it was. What
Uh
was it?
oh,
That's
watch
a cool
out.
bit. Hey, yeah, let's point this out. That was a good baseball slide for Bubba there.
I don't know why I was always half expecting Bubba was gonna do the 619.
That would have really been awesome.
That would have been hilarious.
Bubba slash Boss Man was overrated or underrated, I should say, in the ring. So he's
No.
gonna. There's Hogan, like who's supposed to be the good guy here, doing like
He's
every
cheating.
cheating bad guy thing in the book. Now he's got a manager who's distracting the referee.
Oh yeah,
He's
and the
using a foreign
referee
object.
totally
Like
can't see
seriously,
it
fuck this dude.
because I know it's like, ref, there's people literally counting with Hogan. Like, you don't really want to check on what the hell is going on. Like, what? Okay, now Bossman's having a loving to laugh.
Was he
Now I can't even English say. Now I'm
was he
having an
having a seizure? Because
epileptic.
that's what that
I
looked
was gonna
like.
say, it's like he looked like he was having a seizure. I looked like I was about to have one trying to speak.
It's like what was that?
Like I don't I can't English anymore. Especially when you work as a tour guide, like you really can't English much.
Uh, I'm not gonna lie.
What?
The other two matches were having like, man, this WCW stuff is great. And I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, I'm bored. Um, but I will say this much: I'll give WCW credit. They they did put in the main event two familiar names, so that way they could maybe catch somebody who maybe did wonder what happened to Hulk Hogan and the Big Boss Man.
I just hear him
No,
say Bobby
Bobby
Hernia.
Hernia. Yeah, he was giving him shit. Is this the best match we've ever seen, Mongo? No, buddy. No, it is not, pal.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, and so far, like I'm seeing this as like, I definitely would not consider this like a match of the night, considering there's only like what 3 matches in this. It's like it's not bad.
no, I mean, I'm not a big I'm not a big Hulk Hogan fan. I give him credit where it's due, but like at this was very like other than the children, this was very passe by this point, and we're 9 months ish away from you know
You.
the
There
big
you go.
moment. So it's like yeah, people were ready
Yeah.
for this to kind of be done,
Big boots.
and
And leg
yep,
drop. Uno, dos, tres. Winner.
yeah.
And what the hell was that referee flying for?
To see if the two people that said that have Hogan sucks signs were gonna jump the ring.
If we can identify, if those people come across that video, if we can successfully identify those people who have those signs, we want to know how you were at that show. Like we
Yes,
legit want to know what was going on,
yes, please.
or
It
just
looks like
post to
there's like
anybody.
some old people in the crowd. And they're all like, "We went shop." What was that he just did with his ass?
No. Oh,
He's
whoa!
like,
Who are these guys?
that's the
Okay, I
Dungeon of
see
Doom. But like
Kamala.
Hulk Hogan literally just like did his whole like nana nana boo boo with his fucking butt and like.
Okay, so I recognize one of them, but I don't know who those other two are.
Okay, so there's the
Oh, hey,
Tasman.
Luger.
Yeah, that's Ming, aka Haku. That's um uh let's
Ooh.
see there's
Now this
Taskmaster Kevin
stare
Sullivan,
down, I remember
Haku,
like watching this in the
Kamala,
documentary.
yeah, Haku, the Zodiac, aka Bruce Beefcake, the Shard, formerly Earthquake. They were the Dungeon of Doom, which was the big heel stable, which was not great.
Watch all their Sting.
And yeah,
Bobby the Brain for President '96. Hell no.
I mean,
No. No, thank you. Same goes for Ventura. I do not want to see another quote unquote celebrity run for president.
I
I mean,
mean,
I at least I can trust Ventura at least because he was governor, and then also doing commentary for the XFL because like he didn't have anything else to do. But anyways,
well, they're saying The Rock might run, so
so, okay, what's with the replayer? There's supposed to be like end credits going on. Oh, here we go. Coming up, more Nitro.
yeah,
Oh,
they're getting
what's
ready
this
to go
shit?
commercial.
Oh,
I think it was
there's
just a
only
standard
like
flip.
4 minutes left. Like, what more is there?
Yeah, then
Okay, well, other than a
they're
promo. Oh, bro.
yeah,
Sponsored by the Muscular Dystopia Association. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Aw, okay, that's a good charity. Hey, WWE, how about you do some more charity work? None
Well,
of that
here's the thing:
BS.
when WWE does charity work, it's like, yeah, look at us and look at all the charity work. Look at how great we are
I
with the
feel like that
charities.
is just trying to cover up all the shit that they've done
Oh
too.
yeah,
And I still want to know, and I know you don't like him, but oh, actually, never mind, never mind. I want to hear what Mean Gene says. Oh,
yeah. So we actually have like Hogan versus failed Hogan right now. You
basically. And we kind of saw that with the Royal Rumble video.
mean WrestleMania?
Of
WrestleMania. He said fail.
course.
Yeah.
Wrestling cliche number 412. I'm here because I want to take that belt from you.
I mean, it's a cliche, but it makes sense. I mean, why else would you want to go
Yeah,
to a
but
promotion?
it's.
I want the belt.
I'm here for ice cream bars.
I mean,
Hey, at least. Hey, at least you're gonna be getting some awesome ice cream bars at some point.
hopefully they still have some available. Uh, Dating ourselves a little bit.
Before we spray painted it.
Formerly the NWA title, but
Uh,
that's besides the point.
it's like NWA, WCW, now WWF, and now WWE World Heavy Championship, and now it's like, can we just please bring that belt back? Like, I miss it.
I would not. I would not mind that belt coming back, but I don't see it happening.
It's like, get rid of the Universal Championship, just bring it back, just call it the World Championship, because you have the WWE Championship, you could have the World Championship. I don't
I
know.
agree, but that's not their WWE universe, and
Actually, you know what's funny? Like the WWE Championship, it actually does say World Heavyweight Championship, and they never acknowledge about it.
right. All right. So like, so first episode Nitro. What do
Oh,
you think?
whoa. Not bad, just. It's okay.
Okay. You really did kind of see the embodiment of, hey, look at this new innovative stuff that we're doing,
Like, it
and look at
would
this
it
stuff that
would
we're still
get
got
me
stuck in
interested.
the '80s.
And it would get me interested, like, oh, I want to know, like, what happens next and all that. I really don't know why Steve has a poodle with a devil on it. Okay. Cute, but okay.
That's his dog they would bring to the shows. I don't know why either.
So we had Bobby Heenan, Eric Bischoff, and Chicago Bear here. So when did Tony Schiavone join the cast?
Well,
Or was he off that week?
Shivani was like the announcer on like their other program, and then it became a 2 hour show where they'd have one announce crew for 1 hour and the other announce crew for the other hour, and that's how they'd get to Shivani being on Nitro.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then eventually when Bischoff and everything, then it became Shivani, Tanay, and Heenan. And yeah, that's Nitro. That is the first Nitro. And
Yeah, I'm definitely.
s-
Um,
so yeah,
it's not bad.
yeah, you got to put yourself in the time period. But yeah, it was.
Yeah. Was it groundbreaking? I don't think so. Just my opinion. I mean, hey, congrats! You know, your first show on Monday. Obviously, your first episode is not going to be the greatest, but it still was building up to something.
Right.
So,
So obviously 3 matches. Which match did you like the most?
honestly, I actually like the opening contest. Like Liger and Pillman, like that was a great
I
match.
think that was I think that was kind of the general
So
consensus on everything. But
Flair Sting is like, oh, it ends in a no contest. It's like it was fun for a while, and then Hogan and Big Bubba. Um, I it was okay, but I guess because I wasn't like talking, I was talking too much. That I was just like not really paying attention to it as big as I was supposed to be, but
it really wasn't much
it was still
there.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It was just there.
All right. Well, that is Easy's first exposure to WCW Monday Nitro, and we'll do more watch alongs. We'll
Well,
definitely be back. You know, several other things in
So
the not so distant future. But if you enjoyed this, please
I
give it a like. Go on, go on.
I was gonna say, can we watch the finger poke of doom next? It's like the ultimate downfall of WCW.
Unless you talk to Eric Bischoff about us podcast, and then he won't say that. But it is what it is, and that's another debate for. That's something we
Yeah.
might watch. We might. I mean, we might
Was
have
that
some.
on Nitro or was that a pay per view?
That was a Nitro. We'll
Okay. Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah. That was a night. There's a lot of meat
No.
on the bone as far
No.
as watching some
Two.
old.
There's actually two episodes that I would want to watch full length. Is Tony Schiavone saying they'll put a lot of ass in the seats and the finger poke of doom.
Well, that was this one in the same episode. So there you go.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there you go.
I just hit a 2-for-1 there.
2 for 1. But yeah, so we'll
I literally
definitely.
thought it was just two different episodes, but okay.
No, it was the same episode, but
Oh boy.
we'll keep Easy's
All right.
WCW journey going. But if you enjoyed, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of comic books, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Follow me on my social media pages: facebook.com/athleticgeeka9, Twitter athletic_geeka9, Instagram athleticgeeka9, and if you'd like to help this channel out financially, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/athleticgeeka9. Easy, what's your social media plugs?
Follow me at Eric Zarins. It's just a typical little Twitter account, but I'm still love talking sports, wrestling, and also shout outs to the Podcast Wrestling Federation. You guys are amazing. Without the indie support, you know, wrestling wouldn't really be where it is today.
That's true.
So,
So thank you all for tuning into this one, and we'll see you next time.